Welcome to my first ever Transformers toy review. Right, so here today we are looking at the Transformers Kingdom War for Cybertron Trilogy Voyager class Rhinox. Right, here you can see Rhinox, Rhinox in this box, more Rhinox, Voyager class, Rhinox, Rhinox in beast form, and just a bunch of other Transformers. Right, so without further ado, let's get to opening the packaging. So here we have the Transformers Kingdom Voyager class Rhinox out of his box. Right? It's a great looking figure from the front, but when we check out the back later, we'll see a huge bunch of problems. But before that, let's take a look at the articulation. So his shoulders have a swivel. Right? His head is on a ball joint, which is good. Arms have a pretty good motion. I like the articulation on this model so far. The legs are great. There's thigh swivel, some ankle movement, ankle tilt. Alright. So articulation wise, this guy is pretty great. You can get some really good poses with him. So the issue with this model is the gaps that you find all over this Transformer. So the legs have really huge gaps behind the you can see this, the shin pad. The arms, although you can see the swivel joint over here, but although this is quite bad, right? You can lift it up, but I think because of the articulation it's acceptable. And then when we come to the back, right, you can see this giant gap here, the giant gap over here. And when we look at it from the side, you can see right straight through Rhinox's backpack. There's no way for us to collapse this. So, aside from having a front view, looking at this model from other angles might show a huge chunk of gaps here and there. And look at it from the top. That's a very flat Transformer. It's like a pancake. Okay, so that's for the robot mode. So now we'll get him into his rhinoceros mode and see how it looks like. So here we have him in his Rhino mode, and yeah, the Rhino mode's pretty good. Right. You can see almost none of the robot parts except around the arms. Alright, wish they could do something about this green patches over here. And then of course, if we look underneath, we'll see all the robot parts. But from the front, you can hardly see any, aside from the arms and these two green shoulder parts. So just the word of caution, the transformation is really hard. It's not very fun to do. It's all panels, so half of the body is actually folds out from his legs, and then the other half is just the top. And the other half of the rhinoceros is just the backpack and the top of his arms. Top of his torso and arms. So yeah, there's a whole lot of shell forming going on at the back area. You can see it's hollow right between his legs. Right, so yeah, not a big fan of the transformation. It's very fiddly, it's very tough to fold in and fold out. There's no clear forward way of flipping one piece out and the next piece out as well. Right, but overall, looks good, and perhaps that's what we want. So, let's get him back into his robot mode. How are we gonna do this? I'm really afraid I'm gonna break something. It's just a mess. I'm not a fan of this transformation at all. Alright, so here we have him back in his robot mode. I can't believe that the box says that this is for ages 8 and above. I don't think anybody kids at around that age will be able to handle this level of transformation. Okay, so stand! So my overall thoughts of this figure is that it's a nice looking figure, certainly better than what we have had in the past. However, there's a lot of things that I don't like about this figure. Aside from all the gaps that we've talked about earlier, this figure feels very flimsy when you move it around. There are a lot of panels that form the shell of the Rhino, so when you move them around, for example when you articulate the leg, they kind of get in the way, and they feel very hollow, and like it feels like you might break it. Yeah, it's not easy to transform, but it looks good. So if you're a Beast Wars fan like me, I would, and you would probably be old enough if you watched the Beast Wars in the past, right? When you first aired on long time ago, right? So you'd probably be old enough to handle the transformation. It should be fine. So this is Rhinox back in his robot mode, and I honestly don't want to do the transformation ever again. Thanks for watching. Hope to bring you guys more Transformers toy reviews in the future. See ya!